everyone. Welcome to tonight's pandemic panel. I am here. My name is Elisa Asaski. I'm with Don Borger, Father Michael, Jan Shepard is with us. There's a lot of other staff kind of waiting in the wings as well. Bob Varia is here, Stephanie Neely, Marianne Kent, and Joan Duncan. So one of the reasons that we wanted to put this together for this evening was, we spent so much time during quarantine putting videos together. Father Michael did a bunch of messages for our parish family. We instituted and brought to you Good Morning and Good Afternoon, St. Barbara. And it's been a little bit of a while since we have been on live to share some information with all of you. So we thought tonight might be a good opportunity to interact live with everyone. So we have some stuff to share with you this evening that we thought would be important, obviously. Some new news to share, and we also would like to hear from you. So please feel free to comment. I've got my laptop here in front of me, so I'm able to monitor your questions that you have. And we'll kind of take a shot at getting to as many as we can tonight. We're hoping to be on here with everybody for about an hour. Is our goal this evening. So I just wanted to, I kind of welcomed a bunch of people in the comments already, but I know that Julie's here with us, and Melanie, and Caitlin, and Ashley, and Joanne is here. And I can see that we've got about 39 people, so welcome. So the first thing I have on my little agenda list to get us started is we have a car cruise coming up this weekend.
Yay!
So if you were a part of that event last year, we had a car cruise the weekend after Labor Day here on campus. It was a fundraiser actually for the high school teams who were going to the National Catholic Youth Conference. It was very well attended. We had a beautiful day last year. So fingers crossed, our day this year is just as lovely. Stephanie and I were talking today. We were walking back from the pavilion, and I said, if we could have a day like today on Sunday, that would be great. So, Lord, you could help us out with that. We'd really appreciate it. The car show is from 11 to 5. Everyone is welcome to attend. We're going to have some food. Mary will be with us, streaming some oldies music as well. So, bring your car. If you have one to show. It's a $10 entry fee for anyone that's going to show a vehicle. Otherwise, it's free to come, kind of walk around the grounds, get out and enjoy a nice fall day.
Listen to the music.
Yeah.
Grab some food. Grab a hot dog.
Yeah, there'll be food for sure. And we'll also have a beer truck with draft beer on tap, and we're going to have some hard seltzer beverages as well as soda, water, coffee, the essentials.
Very good.
So let me check here. I don't know that we have any specific comments just yet. Everyone is saying hi. Francis is here. Christy. Hi, Christy. Let's see who else is on here. D. Davis. Okay, nice. All right, so Dawn.
Yes. What would you like me to talk about?
I would like you to share, if you don't mind. So the bulletin, right?
Right.
We brought the bulletin back. It was on a little bit of a hiatus there for a while. We brought the bulletin back, but we also have 2 other parishes now that we are collaborating with, right? We're not partners. I don't want to misinform anyone. We're not partner parishes, but we are working in collaboration. So we want to share with the...
Sure. So we took a hiatus and did a newsletter instead. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. So June, July, August, we did a monthly newsletter. Now we're back to the bulletin. It serves as a news, to inform everyone of the news, but it also serves as a worship aid for those who come to the liturgies over the weekend. So there's a worship aid in the center. And that'll continue. Everything will continue to bring you parish news. Come November 1st, we are going to incorporate the parish's Ascension and Sacred Heart in Jeanette into our bulletin. Sort of came about as sort of a cost-effective way to keep funds equal at all not equal, but to keep funds lower. So we, come November 1st, the bulletin will look a little different again. So it'll have news for the Jeanette parishes as well as St. Barbara's. We welcome all their news. We'll put all their liturgical ministries. We'll have all their intentions for their masses, including ours. So it'll be just one big source of information.
Yes.
That's exciting, just to be able to, we've been communicating with the Sacred Heart and Ascension and what to include. So that'll be good. It'll also be available online. And I think you're going to be doing some web work or.
Yes, I guess are we allowed to share the information there? So the bulletin, I have to say though, Dawn, last week she was working on the cover. So being a communications artsy person, I was all about that. So you're doing an awesome job. It looks really good. I just had to, I like shout outs. We're back to my shout outs, but I love shout outs. But so there is a bunch of, obviously communication is key for us here at St. Barbara, and communication is also very key for the parishes of Sacred Heart and Ascension. So you guys all know that we have a St. Barbara Parish website, but we're also going to be instituting and bringing forth a Jeanette Parish website, which is in the works. We don't have an exact launch date, but if you're on and you're listening from the parishes in Jeanette, that is something that is definitely coming down the pike. So I have to say that I think our parish website, and I'm not saying this just because I operate it, but I do feel that we try to put as much information out there as possible. Jan does a really good job of always keeping our WeShare stuff up to date so people have access, and that has been super key for us over the last several months. I feel like more so now than
more so
ever
now,
before.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, it has been.
So that's been a key element. I know that that's something that Father, you're hoping to institute down the line in Jeanette too. So just an easy way. Joan has all kinds of stuff that she always needs to share about formation and sacramental prep. Our stuff about liturgies and sacraments like weddings, all those key elements are easy for people to find, especially if they're not able to call us during the day. So that'll be another addition to a form of communication for our 3 parishes. So we did have a comment on here. Someone is reaching out and asking for help in terms of diapers and wipes. So Larnell, I see your comment here, and what I'm going to tell you is I will have Jan get back in touch with you. She works with our People in Need Fund, and I will have her reach out to you and get back to your questions and your comments that you have. But I wanted to acknowledge that we saw your comment listed here. Okay, so we talked about the bulletin, talked about the car cruise. One of the other really big things that I think was a little difficult for us to kind of see go away for a while was our Kentucky project. And I know we spent a lot of time talking with Barb and Skip Kustra, who are instrumental in ensuring that ministry, that outreach ministry continues for our parish. And Jan, correct me if I'm wrong, we've been back now, this will be
the 3rd month that we're back in actually taking the donations. The truck has been accepted back into Kentucky, so we're able to collect here on our level, and then the truck gets packed and they take the goods down to Kentucky once a month.
All right. So our next
the next
distribution date. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked by the comment here. I'm going to get to John. I see your comment. I'll get to you next. So our next distribution date, someone asked,
is this week. Yes, it's this Wednesday. The doors in the parish where we collect out back in the basement area will be open from 8 a.m. till 7:30, and you can drop off all of your goods or whatever you have to donate to Kentucky during that time period, and they will pack the truck, and then the truck will leave that evening or the next morning. So that's, what is the date? It's October 14th. 14th, yes. Wednesday's the 14th. So that is the day for Kentucky Project.
Yeah, absolutely.
This month,
yes. And I have to say, we've been trying to be really good about getting that information out because it sort of changes on a month-to-month basis. So as much as we would love to give you the dates for the next 6 months, we just can't do that right now. So we will keep, when we know, we do our absolute best to share that information with you literally within 24 to 48 hours.
Because they're dealing with everything down in Kentucky too, so we have to wait and see what they can accept, and then we get the news right to you.
Yes. All right, Father Michael, you ready for your first question?
I
I
see
feel like
it.
this is an easy one.
Oh, good. Thank
Like
you.
John's daughter would like to know if Sacred Heart Parish is open for Mass.
Oh, that is an easy question. Thank you, John. Regrettably, at present, Sacred Heart Church is closed. There are interior repairs underway to the plaster and painting, and the damage to the plaster from water infiltration was much more severe than was originally anticipated. The best estimate that we have from the contractor is hopefully by the middle of December, we'll be able to return to the church building. Masses will resume. But at present, that's more of a hope than an absolute guarantee, and we'll certainly get that information out as soon as the building is reopened.
All right. There has been, Deacon Bell, Newhouse, has been sharing, he has a page on Facebook, and he has been sharing some pictures of the interior work that's been happening in Sacred Heart. So I'm pretty sure if you search Deacon Bell Newhouse on Facebook, you can see some of the work that's been happening in there.
I think Deacon Bill has the same fear of heights as I do. He doesn't want to go up the scaffolding. Our insurer is very happy about that as well.
I was gonna say the one comment about Kentucky, did you see it?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
just
just
saw
saw
it. Yes, I saw
So
that too,
Kentucky,
yes.
one of the members is telling us that, now this isn't Barb and Skip, but it's Nadine, and she's very involved, says the Kentucky project this month is accepting only clothes. So if Barb and Skip maybe could verify that, but I think that's right.
That is
from what
correct, yes, yes.
That is correct.
That is correct,
I'm hearing
yes.
it is correct. So
Yes.
thank you, Nadine, for
And
pointing
Joanne.
that out.
Joanne too, thanks.
And
for
Joanne.
that. We have just a quick question from Debbie, wrote something about Beatrice. So I will tell you that we'll get back to you via email. So I'm gonna let Debbie know that. And okay, so I know Joan is out there waiting in the wings, but if she wants to pop in and join us. So Joan is, if you don't know, our director of faith formation here for St. Barbara. She's also now handling formation for parishes of Sacred Heart and Ascension. Joan has been working in church ministry for quite a long time. So, and I have to say, as a youth director too, it has been difficult for us to not be able to interact with people the way we are used to and accustomed to being able to interact with people. But Foundations of Faith kicks off this Wednesday for our free communities. So I think it would be awesome, Joan, if you would just share a little bit about what's going on with that front and sacramental prep, because sacraments are still happening.
They are. Sacraments are still happening. Our typically Foundations of Faith and even the home-based model begin in September. Since we were just finishing up the spring sacraments in August, September was not going to work. So we delayed it till October. Those of you from St. Barbara or the Jeanette parishes, if you signed up for Foundations of Faith, your packet is in the mail. I assumed you would get it today because I didn't realize the post office wasn't working on today. It's come today. So you'll get it tomorrow. So that's why there's no mail today. In it are the lesson plans and the instructions on what you can do with your children. By Wednesday, the video of Will Smith's presentation will be available on our YouTube channel, where you can listen to his presentation. Again, it's awesome, just like everything that he does for us. So we've continued that, just not in person, which is very sad for me. I enjoy spending time with all the families. If you signed up for the home-based option, which entails you receiving a textbook and working through the lessons that way, those are all also available for you. You can stop by the office any day, Monday through Thursday from 9 to 4, or Friday from 9 to 1, and you can pick up your book and syllabus and instructions on how to get onto the publisher's website. I apologize to anyone who may have stopped by today while we were having our staff meeting. That was inadvertent, and I apologize if you stopped by, but someone will be there every day this week if you want to stop by and get your books. Sacramento prep, Elisa, you discussed.
Yes.
Second graders in both parishes, or all three parishes, we will begin this Sunday at 11:45. Your materials will be sent to you tomorrow, so you should get them in the next day or so. I also will be emailing out your Zoom link so that you can get on, and we're going to do our presentations through Zoom. Again, not the ideal, not the way I like to do it, but it is what it is, and so this is the way we'll be doing it this year. I will have my phone and my cell phone, or for text messages and emails, if for some reason you don't get the Zoom, or you don't get the link, or you can't get on, you can let me know. We'll begin on Sunday at 11:45. That gives those who are watching Mass time to finish up Mass and then log on. Those who attend Mass, it'll give them time to get home and to log on. So that begins, second grade Sacramento prep begins on this Sunday. The following Sunday, October 25th, we'll be doing the same for the 8th graders who are preparing for the sacrament of confirmation. You have all received your materials, hopefully. You're going to need those with you on Sunday, 8th graders, and a parent needs to be with you as well. And again, by midweek, next week, I'll be sending out your Zoom link so you'll know what time to log on and how to get on for that as well. I'm anticipating we'll be on for about an hour and 15 minutes from 11:45 to 1. So even if the Steelers are playing at 1, you'll have plenty of time to log off and click the television on, so it won't be a problem. Any other questions? Anything else come through? Let me know. I'm available. You can ask. You can send it here, and Lisa will let me know too as well. But those are the big things that are happening right now. We'll be meeting again for Sacramento Prep in November as well. I don't have any dates or anything like that for the reception of First Reconciliation yet, but Father and I are working on that so that we can have that celebration as well. The Foundations of Faith materials will be sent out once a month, just like we did. Typically, I'll have them to you prior to the second Wednesday of each month, so you can kind of anticipate that and look for them. And please return the evaluation form that's enclosed in the packet. That just gives me an accountability way of seeing who is participating and who's. It's kind of like when you would check off your name when you were in attendance when we would meet in person.
Yeah.
Anything
nice.
else?
No, I think
Very good.
we started youth ministry back in September in Zoom as well. And I have to say that, I was a little nervous. Jen and I have talked about this. I'm a people person, right? So I'm also like an external processor. I live out here in the world. And Zoom has been a little difficult, sitting in my house by myself with the door closed and not being able to interact with the teams. So Joan, I know, is kind of feeling the same for me. That's just not her nature as well. But I have to say that for those of you that are listening, whether you have a young person in Foundations or even in youth ministry or in Sacramento Prep, we really do appreciate your patience in working with us. I know that there was a lot of things that went home, a lot of letters. There was a lot of things that came from us. There was a little bit of confusion, and I have to tell you that wasn't the norm. So I think I can speak for Joe when I say we do apologize to anybody that was confused, that got too many things and wasn't really 100% sure how things were working. But I have to say that it was great to see the young people that were on the middle school night. We had almost 100 young people, and between adults and small group leaders that were on. And I had my high school night last night. And it's not the same, but it's still good to have the chance to be together. So I don't know who needs to know that, Father, and the powers that be, but we do appreciate that opportunity to be together. And I have to say, too, Joan's working extra hard to make sure that we can give you the best experience that we can give you, even though we can't be on campus in this space like we normally are used to being in. So thank you for always supporting us. But speaking of getting to be in this space, I'm gonna ask, so I don't know if Jan or Joan wants to give up their seat for Bob.
I'll do mine. Bob.
Thank you, Joe. You're welcome.
It's like Catholic use of the chair. This is a fun game.
Tab, you're in.
But I wanted to bring Bob in because one of the other things that our staff has been working on is Christmas. And I'm sorry, so if you're watching, please forgive me
It's only
for
October.
saying Christmas.
Merry
It's
Christmas.
only October 12th. But under normal circumstances, in the church, you always have to plan ahead. But in 2020, it's a whole different circumstance. So planning takes on a whole different ball of wax. So I think that Dawn we would like to announce officially tonight our Christmas Mass schedule. And I know that Bob and Dawn and Father, the three of them really do work closely together in terms of getting liturgy ready to go for the rest of us.
So the good news is the schedule is the same as it has been. So that means 4 p.m., 6 p.m., no, 7 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. on December 24th, Christmas Eve, and then 10 a.m. on Christmas Day. So that's the schedule. We will be sending more information out about how to get in here, how to do whatever we have to do to get to Mass, but that'll be forthcoming. But right now, we know that those are the times, and we should be able to accommodate the people those times.
Our live stream.
Live stream's happening at 4 p.m. Mass. So if you're not going to be able to get here, 4 p.m. Mass in the church here will be live streamed. We'll also have some overflow seating in the social hall. It'll be live streamed, or what's the word, Larry? Closed circuit into the social hall, as well as the 10 a.m. on Christmas morning will be closed circuited into the social hall. So we hope we've been that decision and those times came after many, many hours of trying to figure out the best way to do this. So with some reservations, we'll be able to hopefully get as many people here as we can. So all that information is forthcoming within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bob, I have a question for you. Oh, go ahead.
What we might want to mention, obviously we're going to continue with our social distancing policies for Christmas, and
Definitely
all that's going to be still in play. So you don't have to worry about us being unsafe and trying to pack everybody in here. So we're going to have systems in place to limit to the number we can handle. Right. So, okay.
I know it'd be nice, right? Because we were here for Easter and
we weren't here for
an empty church.
That was a shock.
You were here for
So we'll
Easter.
take even if we're limited, we'll take
It'll be wonderful to have people here. For sure.
Exactly, have people here. So Bob, I have to ask, we don't have a specific question, but I'm going to ask it.
Oh, thank you.
So in preparing for a liturgy, like the liturgy is like Christmas time, right? So how is that for you? Like what is kind of your thought process going into getting ready? Obviously, you don't get the luxury of waiting until the last minute to prep for Christmas. So you're like in Christmas mode months before everyone else is, I feel like.
Well, this year obviously is going to be a little different. We miss our choir, and as things are going on the way they are now, group singing will not be a possibility for a while. So we're saddened by that, but I am heartened by the sound I get from the people in the church. It's been wonderful to see the return of so many of our parish family, and it sounds great up here. Even you're singing through masks, and I know that can't be real comfortable. I mean, I'm singing with a mask usually too. I don't like it, but everybody's getting by, and it's very heartening to have everybody worshiping and participating as well as they can. As far as preparation, we're blessed to have a wonderful group of canners. They prepare very well, and they're very quick to pick things up. So that really helps my preparation to be able to give them good things to sing. And we have some wonderful musicians as well, in Ray and Joe and some other guys. But, every, couple months, I sit down and go through the schedule, and we see what's coming up with the liturgies and how the songs fit. And now that I've been here a number of years, I can go back and see what I did the last cycle. So that helps a lot.
Well, I have to tell you, I threw a question out there and asked our viewers if they had any favorite Christmas songs,
All right.
what they like to listen to. So I'm going to share with you a few of the favorites. Are you ready?
He's getting his pen out.
There we go. I just want to say you can hold him to these. They're,
I like Rudolph too.
I will say Bob, they're all church songs. Are you ready?
Oh, good.
Okay, Silent Night.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one, right? Oh Holy Night. Nadine shared Silent Night and Oh Holy Night. Debbie Eggleston just said, What Child Is This?
Okay,
And
good.
Joanne Bruno shared Mary Did You Know?
Okay, good to know.
Anybody else? Now's your chance.
Thank you for your
Elizabeth,
interest.
just shared with us, Bob, you're doing a wonderful job. I sit at home and enjoy singing.
Who's that?
Elizabeth.
I'll pay you later, Elizabeth.
I'll pay you later.
So, Waldy, I'm not 100% sure. I apologize. Everyone gets my last name wrong for the most part, so I'm sorry, Elizabeth, if I mispronounced it. That's right. But we're so glad that you're at home and that you're singing.
Yes, thank you.
Larry and I are always at the box at 10:30 singing away. Although Larry's a much better singer than I am.
Larry's good at everything.
Francis Bender just shared, "Oh Come All You Faithful."
Oh, we'll be doing that for sure, Frank. You got it.
Melanie Ansell, "The Angel Gabriel from Heaven Came."
Yeah.
Thanks, Elizabeth. I'm glad I got it right. All right. Okay.
Well, thank you for those.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Bob.
Thanks for the
I
interest.
appreciate that.
One of the last year's videos that someone sent in were their kids watching the mass, but
Yes.
singing. I can't think of who it was, but the two little children, they had to be under 5 years old, were singing whatever song. So it's neat
That's
to
wonderful.
hear that people sing,
Yes.
even at home when they're watching on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
We love to see your pictures too. I have to say
Yeah.
that in the beginning, when we first started to do the live stream, people would send us images of their flat screen with, Father on there. And a lot of people would have candles below their fireplace or something lit to kind of set the ambiance in their home. But we love to see the pictures of you guys participating in Mass with us, even though you're not physically here. I definitely have to say it's brought a whole new world and perspective
Sure.
of just bringing Mass to people in general. And I guess since we're talking about Mass too, we can also share that now we're on TV.
Yeah.
If you follow or you are aware of Cornerstone Television, the Faith and Family channel, I don't have all the channels right in front of me right this second, but 3 weeks ago actually, our Mass now, the 10:30 Mass is live streamed, is available on the Faith and Family channel every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. So for whatever reason, if you didn't catch the live stream or you have access to that channel on cable, you can put that on and tune in with us, and then the Mass re-airs twice during the week as well. So that's something new. We're spreading the love of Jesus far beyond the walls of Harrison City. Francis, thank you for sharing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I don't know that we'll be singing that one in church, but I do enjoy that one. So thanks for that.
That's a good one.
And thanks, Maria. Welcome, Maria. Y'all just joined us too, so it's great to see you, Maria. Okay, Eric, I just saw your message. We will get to that in 1 second. Eric Hannah has a question, but I just wanted to make sure we didn't have anything else we wanted to share about Christmas before we transition to a new topic.
Music, anything else? Music.
Anything else?
Music questions?
Oh, thanks for your comments, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, the same Elizabeth, just shared, thanks to all of you during this pandemic. It's wonderful to be able to look forward to the Mass. It's some type of normalcy.
Yeah.
So
It sure
thank
is.
you. We appreciate that. And for those of you guys who donated to our fund for the video equipment, we are in the process, and we still are. We have not forgotten about it at all. Trust us. We've just been testing some equipment as we move forward. So for all of you who have given so generously, to that project. Thank you so much. I think I can speak for all of our entire staff in saying that we greatly appreciate your generosity. All right, so we have a question. Are you guys ready? I feel like this could go to anyone here on staff. But Eric Kana is asking, would the panel care to share our thoughts about the 2021 vision for our parish?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good
So I feel like that's, a question. So I don't know who wants to start, but I think.
Well, I'll start with saying, I asked that as we talk about the year of 2021, that question comes up so often, like, well, can we do this? Can we do that? And we look at each other, and we always seem to say, we don't know. I mean, we can't predict the future. So as far as like programming and that kind of stuff, it's hard. It's just very hard to figure out when normalcy is going to happen again.
I would say one thing that I think this pandemic has forced us to embrace is the fact that we need to think and act and function outside of the box, as we began dreaming years ago about where we wish the parish to be in 2020 and did not envision any of this.
That's right.
But there was also an acknowledgement that the way to grow a community of faith is growing beyond our boundaries and usual practices and customs. And so we've learned a lot of things that work much better than we would have ever imagined, certainly would not have tried if we weren't forced to do so. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's one of the guarantees as we move into the coming year. It's going to be different. And I expect we're going to continue growing and learning from our experience.
Well, thanks to Elisa and Larry and all the social media that we've initiated. We're reaching out beyond the walls in that way. I think that's something to grow on, right?
I think it definitely, we talked about this very early on, but I think if anything, the quarantine and the pandemic has taught us that church is not about the building, that we are capable of obviously more than we thought we were. I never thought that, we'd be sitting here doing a live Q&A, that we'd live streaming mass. When it started out as just a little mass on the cell phone and what it's grown into. I have to say that it's very encouraging as a member of this staff to see that, even when things got really tough, we all did our best and kind of stepped up to the plate and to figure out what we could do and how to make things, somewhat better, try to bring some sort of normal to the people of our community. So it's been encouraging. And Father, I have to give you serious kudos and serious props, because you have done a lot in the last several months that a year ago were very outside of your comfort zone.
I am growing forward, kicking and screaming. But as both you, Elisa, and Joe were speaking earlier about how challenging it is to undertake faith formation, youth ministry with all of the current restrictions, I think we're also recognizing that we have opportunities, that a lot of things we're doing may not be ideal, but it's also compelling us to understand we have incredible tools that enable us to reach people that we otherwise never would see. And that's, I think, one of our hopes as a community, that will not only restore some of the practices we know and love and treasure, but we're going to add on to that in the years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Julie Miller just shared, from Julie, to expect the unexpected. That is the truth, for sure. So in going in a different direction, most of you know that I tend to think too much. No, it's okay. I think, like Julie said too, it definitely, there's nothing that's I'm gonna say surprises us anymore.
No, very
even,
little.
And Jan can attest to this. I think, we were all really concerned about where we were gonna be when March happened, 6 months down the road, and were we going to be able to survive just amidst of everything that was going on, and the generosity of people, the way our community has come together has been incredible.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, very overwhelming. Extremely overwhelming.
Wasn't there, are we shared in that?
Our We Share online giving grew. Actually, we had started We Share back in 2013 with 13 members, and as of last week, we were up to 508 members. And within the, I want to say the 6 month period, it's just been 6 month period, from March till September, it actually grew that was about, I think, 120 new people joined. So that brought us up to the 500 people. So that
Praise
was
God.
Incredible.
immense. And actually, Elisa has said that the generosity has been overwhelming. It really has been. But I think part of that is too because we were able to produce the things that we have, and it still show that, or still have the connection with you, the community. So.
Yeah, even though we weren't physically here, we never stopped working.
No,
we
we
never
didn't,
stopped
no.
trying to think about ways to, our staff meetings. Father finally had to say, like, we need a hard stop. we all tend to talk too much. I wanted to welcome Allie. Allie Polakowski just joined us. My sister just joined us as well, so I'm going to give a shout out to my sister.
That's it.
But Francis said, and I like what he wrote here, he said, the church was never closed. The church has been sent on a mission to spread the gospel.
That's true.
And that's very true. So it's just, we don't need to be in this space physically here to spread the love of God. So
Yeah, we're all creatures of habit, and it's only when we're forced to break out of that and to consider other ways that we can fulfill the mission of the Lord that we take those first steps, whether we want to or not, acknowledging we have a job to do.
absolutely. So one of the things, we've been talking so recently, and kind of the summer was one thing, right? We kind of took the summer months in and kind of figured out what we needed to do. But then, of course, fall time comes around, and then the holidays, and Advent is around the corner, right? All of those things that happen on the church calendar. And one of the things that we've talked a little bit about is our Caring and Sharing project, which has been obviously always a big deal for our community here. Tags fly off the trees in the North Exit Church. People can't, they take more than one, and then our North Exit the following weeks are flooded with gifts and things like that. So I know that we've changed that a little bit for this year. So I'm going to since Jan's still kind of in a hot seat, I'm going to let her in. Bob, if you don't mind stepping out, can I ask Stephanie to pop in as well? Because Stephanie has been...
She's going to be the partner in crime.
Yeah, she's been Jan's partner in crime for this project as well. So let you guys...
So you and Steph sort of run the sharing and caring.
Well, along with the food bank ministry group, we have, oh my gosh, probably for almost 10 years now, I think we've done a sharing and caring program. And as Elisa said, obviously we're going to have to change it up this year. So what we're going to do is we're going to supply some gifts for our people in a different fashion, but we're also going to ask that we have this new idea that we're going to provide a stocking, and we're going to ask for stocking stuffers from the community to at least give you an opportunity to pitch in and help out those that we have in our need category.
So stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, there'll be more details forthcoming on the sharing and caring project. So
for sure.
Yeah.
And I would say one of the easiest ways to kind of stay connected, we obviously know that not everybody is with us every weekend for Mass, but the bulletin, if you were with us in the beginning, just in case you weren't, Don did mention that our bulletin is online, so you can go to stbarbara.org to get the bulletin. And that has obviously information in it that we try to make sure that we share with everybody. I do my best to help to ensure that our information is out on social media. Don helps me a lot with that as well. So we try to get information out there, and our website too. So I will tell you, if you are watching and you're wondering about certain things, A, please ask while we're all here. But B, don't hesitate to call the office. Stephanie, if she doesn't know the answer, she will track someone down who does to help get you information. And I have to give a shout out, Father Doug Barola just joined us. So, hi, Father Doug. We miss you. Hope things are well with you. So it's great to have you with us. So the Feast of St. Barbara is around the corner as well, happening here.
December 4th.
I was going to say, John, you want to share with everyone? I should have quizzed everybody to see if they knew what it was. If you don't know that, St. Barbara's our patron saint. But we have a few things. I will say I can't exactly tell you 100% what is coming down the line, but we have a little bit of a surprise and something in the works. for our community here for the Feast of St. Barbara. And I will say it is not something that we have ever done before.
Oh, what a
So-
tease you are.
So I can't 100% share it because I still have to speak with one other member of our parish who I'm working on the project with, but it is family oriented. It is something that we have never done before, and it will occur on the Feast of St. Barbara. And it will be an activity where social distancing, all those things will apply, and you won't have to stress about it. It'll be an opportunity for you to kind of enjoy Advent in the feast day. Okay, I feel like my mother is the only person that we have not gotten the show this evening.
And she's going, that's okay.
I'm telling you that it's okay.
You're
At least get in the shot
You get the hot seat.
temporarily.
Because all the people that have clearance questions and all the,
This is the face, this is the face of the clearance questions.
We're just going to tell you that whatever you have in terms of any of those questions, you can direct them to Mary Ann Pence here. For anyone that's wondering, yes, this is my mother. I love her dearly, and my father just joined, so perfect timing that on the Facebook there. So we haven't had any questions on our YouTube channel. We are still here. We're going to be here for about 15 more minutes. So, fire away. We're happy to answer the things that we can.
I have one thing I wanted to say about November, the month of November.
Okay, that's good because that was my next.
Well, normally, actually, we usually start in October at some point, but we put the book of the names of the dead out in the narthex for people to sign, those in their family who have died, and then we remember them in prayer. Well, this year, we're going to do that virtually, and the only reason is the social distancing problem, because we don't want a lot of people we normally put it in the narthex, put the book in the narthex and people sign, but we don't want to have a lot of crowding. So we're going to have a virtual book of the names of the dead, and that'll happen November 1st. So that'll be up on our website with the help of Elisa, who will be getting that on there. So you can just type the name of your deceased loved one, friend, and we will remember them in Mass the whole month of November. So that was just one little plug for all.
It's kind of
and All Souls Day.
It's already like October.
Well, then All Souls Days come,
Souls Day.
Well, November 1st this year, so it comes on a Sunday,
Yes.
so of course, then that's the feast we celebrate on that Sunday. November 1st will be All Saints. The day after will be All Souls. And that Monday evening, we will have the Mass of remembrance for those who died from our parish this past year. So we have, Stephanie has sent out to the family of all the deceased invitations to come to that Mass, which is a very beautiful Mass. And then everyone's welcome if they want to come on All Souls Day, Sunday at 7 p.m. here in the church. This year, there won't be any type of reception afterward, and that's always a nice time to talk to people and, but it'll come again one of these years. But so for this year, just the Mass at 7. And
Can we share, as I'm looking over here at our wall, and I often wonder if people know
about our wall.
about our wall over there. So the wall I'm speaking of is, I guess, what's the proper term for it, John?
Well, we made up it's the Wall of Remembrance.
Wall of Remembrance.
Yes.
Okay, so if you don't know, if you have not seen our Wall of Remembrance, it's in kind of towards the back of church, near the large window where the alcove is. But on the wall hangs small crosses, and on each cross is the name of an individual and from our community who's passed away. But what I don't think people know is what happens to those crosses. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know. But I think it would be nice to share with people what actually does happen with those each year.
Right, so after the funeral Mass or the funeral liturgy at the funeral home, no matter what, everyone gets a crucifix with their name or a cross with their name on. They are invited at that time to come, it's in the worship aid, to come and pick their cross up on the All Souls Mass. And that's part of, how many deceased did we have?
34.
So 34 funeral liturgies this year. So those 34 families, like I said, are sent the invitation to come. And that night after the Mass, they can come forward. The crosses are put around the church in some way, along with a candle that's lit for them. The lector reads their names, all the deceased of that year. Then after the Mass, the families are asked to take the crosses home with them as a keepsake of their burial from St. Barbara's. So it's always a very touching, moving evening as we remember those who passed away this past year.
I actually have the cross. We're not one of the only churches that do that. That do that with the cross. I actually have my grandmother's from years ago, and I keep it in a nice space. So I feel like it's a really nice gesture that the community has put together. All right, so we don't have any particular burning questions out there. No one. We're all here. We're all in the hot seat, I feel like, and no one has asked us anything in particular. So I guess we could really just kind of wrap up with sharing, our thanks for everybody being with us. D. Davis, thank you, Dee, for commenting. I appreciate that. You came right in there when I needed you to. Thank you for your time this evening. This was very informative. We appreciate you. Thanks, Dee. We appreciate you too. I should say too, I know not all of our groups and our ministries have been able to meet here on campus, but Dee is a member of Our Ladies Guild, and they have been faithfully meeting in the circle, in our front lawn space,
Under our tree.
Underneath our tree, which I love that tree. It makes me so happy. But they have been meeting, I believe our Catholic Men's Fellowship, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words, have been meeting as well. And if you were driving past Remailing and Wagaman over the weekend, you probably saw a large number of people gathered up on the hill there. They were praying the rosary for kind of a worldwide, I'm probably going to get this wrong, so if the Shannons are watching, thank you. I was going to say, if the Shannons are watching, I'm sorry if I get it wrong, a rosary rally, but it was occurring all across our nation and world, I believe, at the same time.
And we had about 80 people. I know Bob was there. Bob led the music. It was a
If
very.
you don't know, Catholic Fact, October is the month of Rosary, so we've been doing that. And if you've tuned into our Facebook page as well, you probably, Thomas Capasco, one of our young people here in the parish community, made over 1,000 handmade rosaries with the help of family and friends. The Ladies Guild also assisted him, and those have been going out. They've been dropping them on people's lawns and
Elena got one.
Yes, it was cool. They've been going out to our college students, so that was very nice. And inside all of the packets with the rosaries that Thomas made, he also sent a how-to. So if someone received a rosary that perhaps has never prayed the rosary before, there was a how-to in there for them to follow along. And I will say, for someone who did not start to pray the rosary until a later age, that is very helpful.
It's very helpful.
Because I may be Catholic and I may be a youth minister, but I do not have my mysteries memorized. So I just gave myself away. Francis Bender just said, "Thank you, everyone. As we are part of the worldwide church, let us ask the Lord Jesus Christ to bless Francis, the pastor of the world." So Pope Francis, very nice. So thank you, Francis, for sharing that. Okay, well, we have about, I don't know, what is it, less than 8 minutes or so
Well, we can call it a night.
on here. So yeah, I think I can probably just double check YouTube and make sure we don't have anybody watching or tuning in here. Well, thank you guys so much for being with us tonight. We really do appreciate it. If you had a question that was burning within you that you just did not want to share on our Facebook forum, or our YouTube forum, no problem. You can find all of our contact information at stbarbara.org. Our link is also on our Facebook channel as well, and our YouTube channel, so tune in, ask us questions, email us at any time. You can call the office. You'll more than likely get Stephanie, and like I said earlier, if she doesn't know the answer, she will track down someone who does. Yes, Frankie Jukowski wrote, "Thomas did a great job." He did. I posted a picture of the amount of rosaries. It was incredible. Yes, and Joanne Bruno made a comment that the Ladies Guild also helped with those rosaries. And thank you, Nadine, for being with us. So thank you guys all so much for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it. Have a blessed fall. Stay tuned. We will continue to keep you up to date on all the things that are happening with St. Barbara, Sacred Heart, and Ascension. We appreciate you. We love you, and we would not be here without you. So thank you all so much for being with us. Have a great night.
Bye.